So what if your gray-muzzled best friend could actually feel like a puppy again?
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Imagine your senior dog. Maybe they're a bit slower getting up, right? A little wiser looking,
Hmm.
but still giving you that bright-eyed greeting, the happy tail wag. We all wish we had more time.
Always. And while we can't exactly stop the clock,
Right.
we can definitely slow things down,
Mm.
boost their health, their happiness, make those golden years really shine.
Yeah, absolutely. So in this deep dive, we've dug through, well, everything, articles, vet research, expert advice,
All the good stuff.
to pull together a science-backed game plan just for senior dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Our goal here is pretty simple. Help your senior dog thrive. We're looking at this through 6 key pillars for their longevity.
6 pillars.
Yeah, covering the basics like nutrition, supplements, exercise, but adjusted exercise vet care, keeping their minds sharp.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah. And even some really interesting integrative therapies, stuff you might not have thought of.
And honestly, there's some takeaways here that really jumped out at me. Like, did
Yeah.
you know just carrying a little extra weight, just a little, can cut like 2 years off their life?
It's shocking, isn't it? Over 2 years.
Wow. Or that fish oil, that, omega-3, it's not just for joints. It actually helps improve their memory.
Yeah. Recognition, cognitive function. It's pretty powerful stuff.
And yeah, we'll get into things like doggy acupuncture and physical therapy.
Yep. It's all in there. We've tried to distill the most impactful info so you can, take real steps right away.
So this deep dive is kind of your shortcut, giving your senior dog the best quality of life and, yeah, hopefully more happy years together. That's the plan.
Okay, so picture your dog. More energy, less stiffness, maybe that little spark back. By the end of this, you'll have real strategies. Ready?
That's gonna be it.
Okay. Pillar number 1. Let's unpack this because it's like the absolute foundation. Nutrition.
It really is. Think of it like the fuel for the engine, especially an older engine.
Right, like a classic car. You need the good stuff. Exactly. And as dogs age, their nutritional needs actually change. This is a big one people misunderstand. Older dogs often need more high-quality protein, not less.
More, really, even if they're less active.
Yes. It's crucial for fighting off that muscle loss that happens naturally with age. Sarcopenia, they call it.
Okay.
So we're talking maybe 25% protein, sometimes higher on a dry matter basis. That's the real concentration, taking the water out. Look for foods with real meat high up on the ingredient list, maybe added amino acids tailored for seniors.
Okay, that really does sound counterintuitive. More protein. So what about fat then? Less of that.
Generally, yes. Since they are usually less active, they need fewer calories overall, so moderating fat is key. You still need some, of course, for energy, skin, coat. But aiming for roughly a 2-to-1 protein to fat ratio, that's a good starting point. But it's not just the food formula, it's portions, measured portions, and lean treats.
Which brings us back to that really striking fact about weight.
It's huge. Honestly, the single most significant thing you can control diet-wise for their lifespan. Those studies are stark. Being overweight shaves off more than 2 full years.
2 years, just from weight.
Yeah. Put strain on everything, joints, heart, organs. The ideal is what vets call a body condition score of 4 or 5 on a 9-point scale.
And what does that actually feel like on your dog?
You should be able to feel their ribs easily with just light pressure. Kind of like the back of your hand when it's flat, you feel the knuckles, but they're not sticking way out.
Yeah.
You shouldn't see the ribs prominently.
Got it. Okay, 2 years. That's motivation right there. So beyond protein and fat, what else should be in that senior food bowl?
Okay, 3 key things. Omega-3s, antioxidants, and MCTs.
Okay.
Omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, usually from fish oil, are amazing anti-inflammatories. They help joints, heart, kidneys, and this is the really cool part, their brain function.
The brain again.
Yes. Research shows they can improve cognitive function, help dogs with dementia recognize family better, navigate their space. It's significant. Then antioxidants, like vitamins C and E. They fight off cell damage from free radicals, basically part of the aging process.
Right.
And MCTs, medium-chain triglycerides, often from coconut oil. These are like a special kind of brain fuel for older dogs.
Brain fuel. How does that work?
Well, they're metabolized differently than other fats. The body, especially the brain, can convert them into ketones more easily. And the senior brain can often use ketones for energy more efficiently than glucose.
Interesting.
Yeah, so some of the premium senior diets are now adding these MCT-rich oils specifically for mental sharpness.
So it's not just senior food, it's food really fortified for their specific needs. If someone's thinking of switching foods, any tips?
Oh, definitely go slow. Transition over like 7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
Mix the new food in gradually with the old to avoid tummy upset.
Good tip.
And then just keep watching them. Monitor their weight, obviously, but also their coat condition, their energy levels. A good diet shows. And always, always talk to your vet first, especially if your dog has other health issues like kidney disease. That needs very specific dietary management.
Right, vet consultation is key. Okay, so for everyone listening, think about your dog's food right now. What's one small thing, one little upgrade maybe, you could consider making today? Okay, building right on that nutrition base. Let's talk targeted support, pillar number 2, smart supplements.
Yeah, because sometimes even the best diet needs a little boost or needs help targeting a specific issue. And supplements, chosen wisely, can really make a difference.
So if you had to pick just one, what's the MVP supplement for seniors?
Hands down, based on all the sources, it's omega-3 fish oil.
Again, okay, it's that important.
It really is. We touched on it in diet, but it deserves its own spotlight. The anti-inflammatory effects are just so broad. Joints, heart, kidneys, skin, and again, critically, the brain. Key thing here is quality. Use a high-quality, pet-specific fish oil. Human ones aren't always right. Look for purity testing. Get the dose right from your vet. It's based on weight.
And how quickly might you see a difference?
You might start noticing things like less stiffness, maybe a glossier coat within about a month, sometimes sooner.
Okay, like adding good quality oil to an older engine keeps things running smooth.
Perfect analogy. And then for direct joint support, you'll often see products with glucosamine, chondroitin, and MSM.
MSM, what's that?
Methylsulfonylmethane. It's a sulfur compound thought to help with joint pain and inflammation. Often these are combined with other things like green-lipped mussel extract or turmeric.
And what do these do exactly?
They basically help maintain the cartilage they have left, lubricate the joints, keep inflammation in check. Think of them like internal WD-40 for their joints. They can help slow down arthritis progression. Vets often recommend specific brands like Cosequin or Dasoquin because the supplement industry isn't super regulated, so quality control matters. And be patient with these. It can take 4 to 8 weeks to see noticeable improvement.
Okay, 4 to 8 weeks. Good to know. What about those senior moments? You know, cognitive decline, doggy dementia, anything for the brain specifically?
Yes, absolutely. This is a big area now. Supplements with ingredients like SAMe, that's S-adenosylmethionine and phosphatidylserine, show real promise.
How do they work?
SAMe helps with neurotransmitter function and seems to support overall cognitive health. It often benefits the liver too, which is a nice bonus. Phosphatidylserine helps with cell membranes, including in the brain.
Okay.
Combine those with the omega-3s we talked about, antioxidants like C and E, and B vitamins, which help brain metabolism. And you got a good support system. Some formulas add things like DHA from algae or herbs like bacopa. Owners report seeing their dogs seem more alert, more engaged.
It's like giving their brain the building blocks and energy it needs as it ages.
Exactly, like doing a crossword puzzle for their brain cells.
Are there other common supplements people might hear about?
Yeah, probiotics are popular. Good for gut health, which impacts everything: digestion, nutrient absorption, immune system, even mood. Just make sure it's a canine-specific formula.
Right.
And then there's targeted stuff like CoQ10 for heart issues or milk thistle for liver support. But those are usually based on specific diagnoses from your vet. The rule is definitely targeted, quality support, not just throwing a handful of pills at them.
Okay, let's talk about something really cutting edge that popped up in the research. NMN, nicotinamide mononucleotide.
Yeah, this is pretty fascinating. It's right at the forefront of anti-aging science, and now it's being studied in dogs.
What's the idea behind it?
NMN is thought to boost levels of NAD+ in the cells. NAD+ is crucial for energy metabolism, DNA repair. Basically cellular health and energy. Levels decline with age.
Okay, and the dog studies?
Early research, but really promising. Vets involved are seeing dogs with potentially improved mobility, more energy, better muscle tone. Some owners just say their dogs seem happier, more engaged. Wow. It's exciting. But big caveat. It's still very new. Studies are ongoing. Definitely something you need to discuss thoroughly with your vet before even considering it. It's not a standard recommendation yet.
Got it. So supplements can be powerful, but it's about the right ones, the right dose, and always, always with your vet's guidance.
Couldn't say it better. More isn't always better, and interactions are possible. Vet partnership is key.
So for those listening, maybe think about what supplements, if any, you're using. Does it line up with this? Always good to review. Okay, now let's get physical safely, of course. Pillar 3, exercise and mobility. That old phrase, move it or lose it. Super relevant for senior dogs.
Absolutely. Keeping them active is non-negotiable. Muscle tone, joint health, even the mental state, it all benefits.
Yeah.
But you absolutely have to be smart about how they move as they age.
So no more hour-long fetch sessions, probably?
The goal shifts. It's about consistency, not intensity. Shorter, more frequent outings are way better, maybe 2 or 3 10-minute walks or gentle play sessions scattered through the day. And you have to watch them. Pay attention to their cues. Let them sniff. Sniffing is huge mental enrichment for dogs. Build in rest breaks.
What about weather challenges, like living somewhere hot? That pavement.
Oh, huge issue. In warm weather, definitely stick to cooler times, early morning, late evening. Simple test. Palm of your hand on the pavement. If you can't hold it there for 5 seconds comfortably, it's too hot for their paws.
Good rule of thumb.
Provide shade, bring water. Cooling vests or bandanas can really help. Doggy boots are great too, protect the paws from heat, and can even help with traction on slippery floors inside if they're getting a bit unsteady.
And if it's just too hot or rainy?
Indoor games. Gentle tug of war, hide and seek with treats, maybe even slow, controlled trips up and down a couple of stairs if their joints allow it.
What about swimming? I hear that's great for older dogs.
Swimming is fantastic. It's low impact, great cardio, builds muscle without stressing joints, and keeps them cool. Lots of older dogs just thrive in the water, seem years younger. Just make sure it's safe access and supervise.
And the flip side, cold weather.
Yeah, cold can be tough, especially on stiff joints. A sweater or coat is often a good idea, especially for short-haired or lean dogs. Maybe a little indoor warm-up before heading out. Keep potty breaks reasonably short and dry them off well when you come back inside.
What really stood out to me from the sources was this idea of mindful movement. It's not just about getting them moving, but how you do it.
Exactly. Your awareness is everything. Watch for those subtle signs lagging just a bit behind. Maybe a tiny head bob or limp you haven't noticed before, hesitating to jump on the couch. If you see that, it's time to slow down, take a break, or maybe call it a day for that activity. Consistency of gentle activity is so much better than pushing them too hard and causing soreness or injury.
So the goal is pleasantly tired, not exhausted and limping.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Pleasantly tired. That consistent mindful movement pays off big-time weight management, heart health, joint support. It all adds up to longevity.
Yeah, we heard a great little story about an 11-year-old lab mix, Maggie. Her owner swapped their one long afternoon slog for 3 shorter adventure walks.
Nice.
A snippy morning walk, an indoor puzzle toy session midday, and a gentle evening stroll. And apparently, Maggie got more toned, lost a little weight she needed to lose, and started sleeping way better.
That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Adapt it to what your dog enjoys and can handle. Maybe fetch is shorter now. Maybe it's more about exploring smells. Don't underestimate even 5 or 10 minutes of focused activity or play. It keeps them engaged, gets the blood flowing.
And if they really can't do much physically one day?
Lean into the mental exercise. Puzzle toys, training games that can tire them out mentally and provide that sense of accomplishment too.
Which is actually a perfect lead-in to Pillar 5, mental enrichment. But hang on, before we get to keeping their minds sharp, let's talk about the crucial partner in all this, your vet. Okay, Pillar 4, vet care and preventive monitoring. This isn't just about emergencies, right? It's about having a co-pilot.
Absolutely. Your vet is probably the most critical partner you have in your senior dog's longevity plan. It's non-negotiable.
Why so critical, especially if they seem fine?
Well, think about how fast dogs age. 1 year for them is like, 5 to 7 human years, sometimes more for big dogs. Skipping just 1 annual checkup for a senior. That's like a person skipping their doctor visits for 3, 4, maybe 5 years.
Wow, put like that.
Yeah. Things can change fast. That's why most vets now strongly recommend twice-yearly wellness exams for senior dogs every 6 months.
6 months, okay. What happens at those visits?
It's a full nose-to-tail check. They'll listen to the heart and lungs, feel the abdomen for any lumps or bumps, check joints for range of motion and pain, look at eyes, ears, teeth, everything. It also gives them a baseline. So if they heard a tiny heart murmur starting 6 months ago, they can track if it's changing. They catch things way earlier than you might notice at home. Your observations are important too, though. Changes in weight, drinking habits, behavior. Tell your vet everything.
And what about lab work? Blood tests, things like that.
Super important. At least once a year, but ideally twice a year along with the exam. Blood and urine tests are like a little window into their internal health.
A crystal ball almost.
Kind of. A standard senior panel checks kidney function, liver enzymes, blood sugar, protein levels, thyroid, all the key players. These tests often pick up early signs of common senior problems like kidney disease starting, or hypothyroidism, or diabetes long before the dog shows any obvious symptoms.
So you can intervene earlier.
Exactly. Maybe it's a diet change to ease stress on the kidneys, or starting thyroid medication. Early detection equals early, often simpler, intervention. Vets might also recommend checking blood pressure, especially for certain breeds or more detailed eye exams.
Okay, something that kept coming up as a, quote, secret life extender was dental care, which I admit I sometimes slack on.
You're not alone, but it is so important.
Yeah.
Seriously. By the time a dog is 8, 9, 10 years old, most have some level of gum disease, periodontal disease.
And it's not just bad breath.
Far from it. The bacteria festering in those infected gums, they get into the bloodstream, they travel. And they love to lodge in places like heart valves, kidneys, the liver, causing chronic inflammation and real damage over time. It absolutely shortens their lifespan.
Wow, so brushing their teeth actually adds years.
It really can. Regular brushing, ideally daily, but even a few times a week, helps with a dog-specific enzymatic toothpaste. Makes a huge difference.
And those professional cleanings under anesthesia, are they worth it?
Yes, absolutely necessary for most seniors, usually recommended annually. The anesthesia is key because that's the only way the vet can safely and thoroughly clean below the gum line. That's where the really nasty plaque and bacteria hide. They can also check for painful problems like cracked teeth or abscesses. It prevents pain and it protects those vital organs. It's a major health investment.
Good to know. If brushing is a battle, are there alternatives?
There are things like dental wipes, special rinses, or VOHC-approved dental chews that can help reduce plaque, but they don't replace cleaning below the gum line. Talk to your vet about the best plan B. But healthy mouth, healthier dog, longer life. It's that direct.
Okay, we talked about weight under nutrition, but the vet visit is key for tracking that too, right?
Definitely. They'll check that body condition score, BCS, every time. And again, worth repeating. Keeping your dog lean is probably the single best, cheapest, most effective thing you can do to extend their healthy lifespan. Those studies are consistent and clear. Lean dogs live significantly longer.
Feel the ribs. Aim for that 4 or 5 out of 9.
Exactly. Your vet helps you monitor and adjust food intake. And importantly, if you notice unexpected weight loss, get them checked out immediately. That can be a sign of illness.
What about arthritis? So common in older dogs.
Very common, and dogs are stoic. They hide pain well. That thorough hands-on exam at the vet visit is crucial for catching early signs, maybe less flexibility in a hip or a wince when a joint is manipulated. Catching it early means you can start supportive measures sooner, joint supplements, maybe adjusting exercise, thinking about physical therapy, or starting appropriate pain meds like NSAIDs or injections like Adequan.
Don't just assume slowing down is normal aging.
Right. Don't let them suffer silently. If you see them hesitating to jump up, stiff after resting, lagging on walks, talk to your vet explicitly about pain management. A comfortable dog stays active and engaged much longer.
And preventatives, heartworm, fleetic meds, still needed for seniors.
Absolutely vital. Maybe even more so. Their immune systems might be a bit weaker, making them more vulnerable. Year-round prevention is key. Diseases like Lyme or Ehrlichia carried by ticks can hit seniors really hard. And keep up with vaccines too. Immunity can wane. Core vaccines might be every 3 years, but others like kennel cough or lepto might be yearly depending on their risk. Preemptive protection is the name of the game.
Any extra checks for the really old dogs, say 10 plus?
Yeah, for dogs in their double digits, vets might suggest things like an EKG or an ultrasound to screen the heart, especially in prone breeds, more frequent eye checks for cataracts or other issues, and definitely talk about cognitive function.
The doggy dementia.
Canine cognitive dysfunction, yeah. Vets often use questionnaires, sometimes called doggy dementia checklists, to spot early signs. Things like pacing or panting at night, getting stuck in corners, sudden confusion, changes in interaction like becoming extra clingy or irritable, house soiling.
And there are things you can do.
Yes. First, rule out other medical causes. Pain, infections, sensory loss can all cause similar signs. But if it is CCD, there are supplements like the ones we mentioned, environmental adjustments, and even prescription meds like Selegiline, brand name Anapril that can help manage symptoms. But beyond treatments, it's about patience, reassurance, keeping their routine predictable, and gently guiding them.
So these vet visits, they're really an investment, an early warning system, a maintenance plan.
Exactly. An ounce of prevention is truly worth a pound of cure. or maybe even a couple extra years of happy, healthy life together.
Okay, moving from the essential medical side to something equally important for their spirit. Pillar 5, mental enrichment and emotional well-being.
Yes. It's not just about keeping the body going. You got to keep the mind sharp and the heart happy. That's fundamental for a vibrant senior life.
Why is mental stimulation so important for older dogs?
Well, just like our brains, it's kind of a use it or lose it deal. Keeping their minds active helps slow down cognitive decline. It fights boredom, prevents depression, and feeling loved, secure, like they still matter. That emotional well-being is absolutely vital.
So those puzzle toys we use for puppies, they're good for seniors too.
Absolutely. You can teach an old dog new tricks, and it's great for them. Using puzzle toys or snuffle mats, those fabric mats you hide treats and turns mealtime or snack time into a brain game.
Taps into their natural instincts.
Exactly. Their foraging instincts, it's super satisfying for them, gives them a job to do, builds confidence. You can start simple treats under some cups or in a muffin tin with tennis balls on top. Make it easy to first, reward success. It tells them, hey, I still got it. And yes, this kind of mental workout is directly linked to slowing down those dementia symptoms. It's their daily brain gym.
What about actual training, like commands?
Short, positive sessions are fantastic. Maybe just 5 minutes. Reinforce basics or teach a simple new trick, a high five, a spin. Maybe find it where you hide a treat. Use yummy, soft treats. End on a success. It keeps their mind working and strengthens your bond.
Nose work sounds good too, hiding things.
Oh, nose work is brilliant. Even just hiding a treat across the room and saying, find it, engages their most powerful sense. Sniffing is incredibly enriching and surprisingly tiring for them mentally. Gives them a real sense of accomplishment.
The research also stressed routine, didn't it? Consistency.
Hugely important, especially for seniors who might be getting a bit confused or anxious due to cognitive changes. A predictable daily schedule, meal times, walk times, bedtime routines, even little rituals like a cuddle after breakfast. It helps to orient them, reduces anxiety, keeps them grounded when other things might feel uncertain.
How do we make sure they still feel, part of the pack?
Include dedicate some one-on-one time every single day. It doesn't have to be long, maybe 10 minutes of just quiet petting, gentle grooming, which releases feel-good endorphins for both of you. Or just sitting together while you read or watch TV. Let them know they're your focus.
What about socializing?
Gentle socializing with familiar, calm dogs can be great. Sometimes they really perk up around younger, respectful dogs. Just supervise closely, make sure they have an out if they feel overwhelmed, and include them in family activities whenever it's safe and comfortable for them. Feeling connected, feeling important, really bolsters their spirit.
And simple things around the house can help too, little tweaks.
Totally. An orthopedic bed, or just extra soft blankets in their favorite spot. Night lights if their vision isn't great. If hearing's going, start pairing voice commands with hand signals now. Pet ramps to get onto the bed or into the car saves their joints and prevents falls.
Environmental enrichment, like smells or sounds.
Yeah. Introduce safe, pleasant scents, a bit of lavender on their bedding, maybe rosemary. Let them watch the world go by out the window. Squirrel TV is very popular, and calming music specifically designed for dogs. Studies show it can reduce stress, great for thunderstorms or when you have to leave them alone for a bit.
What if you are seeing those senior moments? Pacing at night, confusion, anxiety.
First stop, always the vet. Rule out pain or other medical causes. If it does seem like cognitive decline or anxiety, remember there are options. We talked about supplements, omega-3s, SAM. There are prescription meds like Selegiline, things like adaptable diffusers that release calming pheromones, or thunder shirts for pressure therapy can help some dogs too.
But mostly it's about patience.
Patience, reassurance, gentle guidance, never scold them for accidents or confusion. They're not being bad, they're aging. Keep their environment familiar and predictable.
And underlying all of this, the most powerful thing.
Love. Just shower them with love and patience. Talk to them in that loving tone. They pick up on it, even if they don't hear the words clearly. Embrace, or they want to be near you. Use gentle touch if their hearing is poor. Have compassion for the senior blips. A dog that feels deeply loved and secure, they cope better. They have more fight in them. Love is incredibly powerful medicine.
It's like you said, inside every old dog, there's still that puppy soul.
You just have to keep nurturing it. Keeping their world rich and engaging and full of affection gives them purpose, gives them joy. And when you see that little spark, that burst of playfulness, that contented sigh, it's the best reward.
Okay, our final pillar. This one dives into therapies that blend kind of Ancient wisdom with modern science for next-level comfort. Pillar 6, integrative therapies.
Yeah, this is where things like acupuncture, physical therapy, massage, where they come in, they go beyond the standard pills and procedures and can dramatically improve comfort, mobility, and just overall quality of life for seniors. And many of them have good science behind them now.
Like acupuncture for dogs.
Yeah.
Does that work?
It really does for many dogs. It has to be done by a veterinarian who's certified in acupuncture, of course. They use fine needles at specific points on the body.
What's it supposed to do?
It helps promote natural healing, relieve pain, reduce inflammation. Studies and tons of owner reports show it helps significantly with arthritis pain, back problems, nerve issues. It stimulates endorphins, the body's own painkillers, and can reduce inflammatory chemicals.
You dogs mind it?
Most tolerate it incredibly well. Many relax completely, some even fall asleep during the session. It's very gentle, very few side effects. Owners often say their dogs seem years younger afterwards, usually do a series of sessions, then maybe maintenance treatments.
Wow. I remember hearing about a golden retriever buddy.
Yeah.
After starting acupuncture, he started trotting up the stairs again, something he hadn't done in ages. His owner was thrilled, said she got her puppy back in those moments.
That's exactly the kind of story you hear. It can be remarkable.
Okay, what about massage? That sounds less surprising and definitely nice.
It is nice, but it's also therapeutic. Canine massage therapy, gentle kneading, rubbing, stretching, helps soothe sore muscles, improves circulation, reduces stress, releases those endorphins. It's great for targeting stiff areas like the lower back or hind legs in arthritic dogs.
Can you do it yourself?
You can learn basic techniques. There are classes, online resources, or therapists who can show you. Even 5–10 minutes of gentle massage at home is fantastic bonding time and helps keep their muscles supple, supporting mobility. Just watch their reaction. They'll usually lean in, sigh, maybe get sleepy. Avoid any areas that seem painful, obviously.
Okay, now physical therapy or canine rehab, that sounds more intense.
It's more structured, yeah. Canine rehabilitation is a growing specialty. It uses targeted exercises, stretches, sometimes special equipment to help dogs maintain or regain strength and mobility. It's super valuable for dogs with significant arthritis, muscle wasting, or recovering from surgery or injury.
What kind of equipment?
A big one is the underwater treadmill. The water provides buoyancy, taking weight off sore joints, but also provides resistance, helping to rebuild muscle safely. It's low impact, high benefit.
Do dogs like it?
Many get used to it and actually seem to enjoy their swim gym time. Rehab centers might also use things like balance balls or cavaletti rails, those little poles they step over, to improve coordination and gait. And they'll give you specific exercises to do at home, like range of motion stretches or sit-to-stand exercises.
Does it make a real difference?
Research shows that combining physical therapy with standard vet care leads to significantly better mobility and quality of life than just meds alone for conditions like arthritis. It helps keep them active longer. Even if you don't have a fancy rehab center nearby, ask your vet for some simple home exercises you can do.
Hydrotherapy, like swimming pools, fits in here too then.
Definitely. Therapeutic warm water pools, maybe with jets, zero impact, great for cardio and muscle toning without stressing joints. The warmth itself is soothing for muscles and increases blood flow. It's fantastic for dogs with severe arthritis or limited mobility on land, plus it can be really fun for them.
Good point. Safety first, though.
Always. Supervision, life vests if needed. And for dogs with short snouts or who are weak swimmers, professional hydrotherapy with a therapist is the way to go.
Okay, what about laser therapy? I hear vets talk about that sometimes. Cold laser.
Yes, low-level laser therapy. It's a tool many clinics have now. It uses specific wavelengths of light to penetrate tissues, reduce inflammation, and stimulate healing at a cellular level.
Does it hurt?
Nope, it's painless. Usually just feels like gentle warmth. Sessions are pretty short. It's often used for arthritis, pain, and swelling, usually in a series of treatments. It's another tool in the toolkit, especially helpful for dogs who maybe don't tolerate pain meds well, or when you're trying to maximize comfort.
And chiropractic for dogs.
Yes, but only by a veterinarian who is certified in animal chiropractic. It's not the same as human chiropractic. Gentle adjustments aim to restore normal motion to joints, particularly in the spine, potentially helping with nerve impingement. Some dogs with hind-end weakness or neck stiffness seem to benefit. It's a bit more niche, definitely needs a trained professional, but it's part of the integrative mix for some dogs.
And just simple things at home for comfort.
For sure. A warm compress like a damp towel, warmed up, not hot, on a sore hip or shoulder for 5–10 minutes can feel really good. Gentle passive range of motion exercises, basically doggy yoga, slowly and gently flexing and extending their legs within a comfortable range. A nice rub down after a walk. just keeping things moving gently and comfortably.
It really seems like these therapies work with traditional vet care, not instead of it.
Exactly. They complement each other beautifully. Acupuncture might reduce the need for as much pain medication. Physical therapy builds muscle to support joints, which slows arthritis and prevents further injury. And honestly, there's an emotional benefit too. These therapies often make dogs feel good, relaxed, cared for, like a spa day. You see tails wagging?
But always keep the main vet in the loop.
Crucial. Your regular vet needs to know everything you're doing, alternative therapies included, to manage the whole picture safely. An integrative plan really offers the best of all worlds.
And the end goal, a comfortable, mobile dog enjoying life.
That's it. Seeing them move easier, seem pain-free, re-engage with things. That's the payoff. These therapies can give you back those moments where your old dog surprises you with their youthful spirit because their body just feels better. Aging happens, but suffering doesn't have to.
Okay, we've covered all 6 pillars now. That's quite a comprehensive roadmap.
It really covers a lot of ground, doesn't it?
As we wrap this deep dive up, just take a second. Picture your own senior dog, maybe a year from now, fueled by really good nutrition, maybe getting benefits from some smart supplements, staying mobile with exercise that's right for them.
Getting those regular vet checkups, keeping their health monitored.
Yeah, and keeping their mind busy with games, feeling secure and loved. Maybe even enjoying some of those comfort therapies like massage or acupuncture.
Imagine how much more vibrant they could be, how much more comfortable, how much more fulfilled.
It really drives home that longevity, that quality of life.
Yeah.
It's holistic. It's not just one thing.
Not one magic pill, no. It's weaving it all together, the food, the care, the play, the checkups, the mental stimulation, and yeah, absolutely, endless cuddles, all working together.
And the great thing is, you listening right now, you have the power to put this plan into action. The fact you tuned in shows how much you love your dog. Now you have specific science-backed ways to turn that love into real health benefits for them.
So just a super quick recap of those 6 pillars. 1, nutrition the foundation. 2, smart supplements targeted support. 3, adjusted exercise, move it or lose it safely.
4, vet care and monitoring your essential partner and early warning system. 5, mental enrichment and emotional well-being, keeping their mind and spirit bright.
And 6, integrative therapies, advanced comfort and care. That's your toolkit.
It might feel like a lot all at once, I get that. But remember, you don't have to tackle everything today. Just pick one small thing.
Yeah, maybe it's researching a better food. Maybe it's adding that fish oil supplement you keep thinking about.
Or just committing to 2 short, sniffy walks instead of 1 long one. Or booking that 6-month vet checkup right now.
Exactly. Small steps add up. They really snowball into big improvements over time.
And hey, if you found this deep dive helpful, please do consider liking or subscribing wherever you're listening. It genuinely helps us reach more dog lovers like you.
And definitely share this with a friend. If you know someone with a senior dog, this information could really help them too.
We would absolutely love to hear from you all. Drop a comment, tell us your senior dog's age, and maybe one thing you already do or one thing you're planning to try after listening to this. Let's share our stories and celebrate these amazing older companions.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for investing this time in your dog's well-being. We know their time with us is never long enough.
No, it isn't.
But with the right knowledge and plenty of love, we really can make every moment count and hopefully extend those precious years together.
So go give your sweet senior dog a nice gentle hug, maybe an extra little vet-approved treat from us. They've absolutely earned it.
They really have. Here's wishing you many, many more wagging tails, wet nose kisses, and happy, comfortable days with your best friend.
And just so you know, this deep dive pulled together insights from a whole range of sources: veterinary medical associations, published research on things like weight and omega-3s, expert articles on senior nutrition and care, and reviews on those integrative therapies from practitioners in the field. By blending all that evidence with your dedicated care, we really can help our seniors feel younger at heart.